Good afternoon. I'm a minute late. Yay! It's afternoon. We made it to another one. It doesn't take much around here to make us celebrate and to applaud life in general. So here we are. It's 12:01, and I guess I wasn't a full minute late, or maybe I was. Anyway, if I was late by your accounting, I apologize. And I'm glad I'm here, and I'm glad you're here. Good morning, Heidi. Good everything. Good morning. I've just said it's 12:01 three times, and still said good morning. Mm. Some things just don't stick well. Yes, good everything. What a great way to put it. It's been that kind of a morning. I've been busy. I've been putting things together. Nothing so far major has broken, and my microphone is working. Wednesday night, my microphone just refused to work. Flat out refused. Wasn't gonna. Didn't care. And so I set about to fix it, and I guess I did because it's fixed. Um, Heidi had a wonder from the universe this morning. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Write in that little box down there and tell me about your wonder. Because I want to talk about that this morning because I did too. Maybe it's just a wonderful morning for everybody. Wouldn't that be fabulous? If everybody who showed up had a wonderful morning, day, life, why not? Let's share it, shall we? With everybody. I mean, wonder of wonders. Um, Life is wonderful. I believe that. I do believe that. And I believe that the more we become aware of that, the more wonderful it gets. But if I keep babbling on like this, I will have given my entire talk, and then I won't know what I'm going to talk about. So tell me about your wonder, Heidi.
You can always find things to talk
I can
about.
always find things to talk about. That's probably true.
Mhm.
Finding things to talk about is not necessarily a problem. Finding things to talk intelligently about, sometimes that's a little bit more challenging. But nonetheless, here we all are. Let's see. A feral cat. Oh, yes. That is wonderful. Yes, that is. Yeah, and when the coyotes are out, it's scary, isn't it? We kind of tend to go to, oh my God, that must be what happened. Um, Hungry and full of attitude. I love it. There's a cat for you. The dog would come in differently. Cats come in going, hey, it's me and I'm hungry. And I may tell you later where I've been and I may not. Not important. Hey, Jennifer, glad you're here. Read up on Heidi's little sense of wonder this morning. Oh, the world is full of it. Wonder and grace and beauty. And the more we tend to pay attention to that, and the more we appreciate that, I think the more we become aware of. It's there all the time. We just don't always pay attention to it or see it or appreciate it, I think. Um, yes, a dog would be humble. Mm-hmm. Yes, a dog would be humble, and a cat would snub you on the way in and then turn around and look at you like, why isn't my food out here now, waiting for me? Don't you think? We are right now down to two of each, two cats and two dogs. I am still constantly amazed at um, the difference between canines and felines, as it were. Just, they are amazing and fun and fun and fun and fun and wonderful. Yes, they are. Our two cats have decided lately that they want breakfast in bed.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't. They used to come all the way down to the kitchen, and then we got the new dog. The old dogs didn't bother him. The new dog pushes their little nose out of joint. So they used to come down to the kitchen, then they started just coming down to the landing between the two flights of stairs that lead upstairs. And that was okay as a few steps from the kitchen. I don't mind putting dishes up there, and if they're more content and the dogs leave them alone, great. Lately, last week or so, they don't want to come down to the landing. They want to sit in bed and have breakfast brought up to them. That's when I get a little attitudinal. But they win, as cats always do. So this morning, um, one of them still comes down to the landing, sort of, and she eats, and then she goes back to bed, and then she'd like more. Socrates, who you met on Wednesday, I believe, Socrates just stays in bed. He doesn't like wet food all that much anyway. He goes and gets dry food when he wants it. He doesn't care. But if you bring him breakfast in bed, that makes him happy. He'll eat that. So I brought his breakfast up to him this morning, and he was really hunkered down between the pillows and just all snuggly and didn't want to get up and be bothered by eating. He really, really didn't. Merlin, however, decided that it was a grand time to eat. She who had already eaten, and and so there was sort of a standoff, which I'd say I won because I'm bigger and I had the dish in my hand, and I just didn't think she should eat his food, so I swung around and took the plate away, and he just looked at me like, "Fine, well, I'll eat later," and she was still yelling at me when I left the room. And now I have a plate of cat food in my bathroom. Got to remember to take that out at some point. Oh, cats and attitude. Um, but then there are the puppies, and the puppies have. Little guy spent the day at the vet's yesterday because he's got this something going on that makes him start coughing, and then when he starts, he can't stop. So we rushed him off to the vet, and he ended up spending most of the day there. And he's just so happy to be home and to be able to sit by his mom's, and he's just, life is better if he's just hunkered down. Um, Difference in attitude. I got a cat yelling at me from the landing, and I have a dog who just wants to sit and cuddle because he missed everybody yesterday, and he'd like to just be petted all day, please. Amazing to me. Just amazing. Yeah, they catch on fast, Jennifer, and then they know who's in charge, and it ain't us. Exactly, Heidi. Yeah, I didn't win. I just ended up with a dish of cat food in my bathroom. And no, it's not kennel cough. It's he's had all of those shots, and no, no. Even the vet said no, it's not kennel cough. It's like something's caught in his throat, except that we did X-rays and the whole bit, and there's nothing caught in his throat. So she sent him home with some cough medicine.
Very strong cough medicine.
Very strong cough medicine.
I had to sign not to drink it myself.
That's it. Could you hear that? Cat signed for it. They made her sign for it. She had to put down her age to prove that she was over 18 or over 21 or whatever it was, and then she had to promise to sign it that she wasn't going to take it herself. That she understood that it was only for the puppy. So the puppy is now on stronger medication than we are. And he's only 11, so, come on. Why didn't he have to sign for it? I wonder about these things. I do. But then I'm strange. Oh, Lainey, hi, darling, and we're so glad that your dad is doing good. Ah. Oh. Lainey's going to go back in January for Daddy's birthday. Because Daddy's going to be around for the birthday. Yay, Daddy! Oh, wonderful. Yes, wonderful, wonderful. We're thrilled. And let us know if there's anything else we can be praying for, Lainey, while you're at it back there in the cold. How cold is it in Indiana? I mean, clearly colder than it is in California. It's 77. Okay. Yay, yay, yay. Oh, so happy. So happy, so happy. Let's talk about wonder, shall we? Since Heidi just wrote wonderful down, let's talk about wonder. I'm excited about wonder today. I've got to tell you, I was having trouble deciding exactly what I was going to talk to you about today. Now, I know I said I was going to talk about wonder early on, but then I was listening to myself talk to Unity this morning about peace, and I really liked the talk, and I wanted to share it with you. And I thought, well, maybe I should talk about peace instead of wonder. I was vacillating. So then I opened today's horoscope, and it said, in part, a change in perspective will open you up to opportune moments and new experiences. Greet life with more curiosity and wonder. Honest, it said that. So that settled it, in my mind anyway, didn't it? So here's the deal. I get these little messages, little notes from the universe all the time. I think we all do. Of course, I don't always see them or recognize them for what they are or pay attention to them, even if I get what they are, usually to my frustration and disappointment later. So today I got it. Here I am vacillating between wonder and peace, and my horoscope says greet life with more curiosity and wonder. I got it. I sure hope I remember it, because it really is an important and a fun part of my spiritual education to pay attention. So anyway, on with wonder. I was up and about pretty early yesterday because the puppy had the appointment with the vet, and I was his chauffeur. Now, usually in the early morning, I'm too busy bustling about doing my early morning stuff. I'm feeding the cats, I'm feeding the dogs, I'm feeding the birds. Tipsy and I feed the birds together in the morning. I'm too busy most mornings bustling about to take note of much that happens outside my immediate little world. At least anything that happens before like 8 o'clock, when I'm finally done and have breakfast started and all the animals have been fed and I can sit down with my journal and breathe. But yesterday, probably because I wasn't going to feed anybody until I got back from the vet, because I didn't want Tipsy to sit around and watch everybody else eat and not get any food. So yesterday, I stopped and took a deep breath and just looked out the window at about 6:30. And what I saw took my breath. There was a multi-pastel colored gathering of clouds against this just perfect blue sky. And the clouds looked as though they were lit from the inside by the reflection of the sun as it rose. It was wonderful. And I was filled with wonder at the sight. And I've been thinking about wonder ever since. And wondering about this sometimes seeming lack of it in the world. Oliver Wendell Holmes once wrote, "In our youth, our hearts were touched by fire." And they were, weren't they? We saw the miracle in a raindrop, the possibilities in a grain of sand. Oh, the wonder of it all. When one is young, miracles seem to abound. They just seem to surround us, and everything is new and exciting and fresh and wonderful. What happens, do you suppose? Is it that life gets to us, or that we forget to look? Willa Cather once wrote, "Miracles seem to me to rest not so much upon faces or voices or healing power coming suddenly near to us from afar off, but upon our perceptions being made finer, so that for a moment, our eyes can see and our ears can hear what is there about us, always." Master teacher after master teacher, from Moses and Jesus to Michelangelo and Picasso and Thomas Kincaid, tell us to open our lives to the wonder that surrounds us. Open our eyes to see the infinite in the everyday. According to the book, miracles and wonderful things took place on a pretty regular basis 2,000 and more years ago. I wonder if it's something we've done or not done or said or not said that has stopped or at least slowed down the appearance of miraculous moments. Maybe 2 millennia ago, the miraculous was more prevalent because, well, life was simpler. To those who washed their clothes at the riverbed and drew water from a well, sight returning to a blind man was miraculous. A lame man walking again was wondrous. Today, what with laser surgery and prosthetics, and, well, the blind do see again all the time, and the lame do walk, and all things considered, such things are reasonably commonplace. So perhaps we forget to be awed by them. Of course, having laser surgery or getting your hip replaced isn't as impressive as having someone just say, "Open your eyes and see," or "Pick up your bed and walk." And I suspect that most of us don't believe we personally have what it takes to do such things the old-fashioned way. And yet, the healer, the master teacher, said, "These things that I do, and more than this, will you do." But we don't, do we? Today we take many such things for granted, which on one level is great. But sadly, we seem collectively to have lost the sense of wonder. And I believe we need to reclaim it. Or when we most need it, we'll not know how to summon it. The master teachers tell us to look to the close and the familiar. Jesus said, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Right here. We are surrounded always by wonder, by the very real, very powerful, very immediate presence of spirit, the power of creation, and what it does in and through and around our lives all the time. It's real. But then nothing seems to be really real to us unless we can make it real. Nothing can touch us unless we let it touch us. I let my horoscope this morning touch me. The word wonder popped out as though it were written in fluorescent ink. And I paid attention. More and more, I believe that the difference between the masters and the mundane is a willingness to be open to wonder. Franz Kafka wrote, "Life's splendor forever lies in wait about each one of us in all of its fullness. It is there, not hostile, not reluctant, not deaf. If you summon it by the right word, by its own name, it will come. It will come. Its name is God, creation, spirit, life. Its name is I am. Jesus knew that. His accusers asked him, "Are you the Son of God then?" And his answer was simple. I am. Tagore once wrote, "When one knows thee, then alien there is none. Then no door is shut. Oh, grant me my prayer that I may never lose the touch of the one in the play of the many." To keep the touch of the one, to live as we were created in the image and likeness of God, is to pay deep attention, to be wrapped in something wonderful outside ourselves, something significantly greater than our story. W.H. Auden wrote, "Whenever one so concentrates his attention on a landscape, a poem, a geometrical problem, an idol, or a true God, that he completely forgets his own ego and desires, he is praying." And praying, my friend, begets wonder. In Light Posts for Living, the artist of light, Thomas Kincaid, wrote, "Whatever else you do, practice looking for touches of the divine in your everyday life. This is the best way to teach yourself to pick up on unfolding miracles. Look for the eternal in the faces of children, in leaves and stones and other wonders of nature, in the intricate tapestry of daily events. Keep your eyes and heart for the signs of spiritual reality hiding behind a familiar disguise. Don't you love that phrase? Spiritual reality hiding behind a familiar disguise. There will be those who tell you that you are wrong, who say that life is hard, cruel, an event to be survived, a trial we are subject to. But they are lost in their own histories, trapped in their own bodies, sealing their own casket. To wonder is human. To see the wonder is to be open to the divine. We must not join the naysayers. We must not even stop to wonder if their eulogies for the world are right. It is not about being right or wrong. It's about being in our right mind. Out of our doubting minds, out of them with wonder. Out of our rigid boxes with enthusiasm. William Burroughs wrote, out of the closets and into the museums, libraries, architectural monuments, concert halls, bookstores, recording studios and film studios of the world, everything belongs to the inspired and dedicated. Words, colors, light, sound, stone, wood, bronze belong to the living artist. They belong to anyone. I know Heidi can relate to all of that. We spent a whole trip in wonder at peeling paint and doors that led to places beyond our imagining. How odd it is that we always think that wonder is someplace else, beyond the door, not here, not the door. It is here if we will look. The incredible wonder, the infinite evolution, the process of creation is within the reach of our finite minds if we will only open them. Creation is here. Now. God's power is here. Now. The universe is alive with infinite good, unlimited possibility. It waits only for our awareness of it. Our mind directs our spirit. Our spirit directs creation. The limitless wonder of the universe, the greatest gift of all, that which out of nothing can be everything. This is ours to see. This is ours to use. You know, depending upon who you are listening to, and I suppose what you are listening with, the world is either in crisis, which could be a time of great opportunity, or we are on the verge of a great spiritual awakening. I think we get to choose. And it may be different for each of us. But in the words of Ernest Holmes, people are so tired of looking for things where they do not exist that they're going to more and more completely open their thought to the realization that spirit is an active presence. Somehow there must come to each individual an interior conviction that we are one with the universe. That spirit flows to us, through us, around us, within us, between us as us. Life is alive with God. We must look for that. We must know that. We must insist in our own lives that that is true. To bring a realization of the presence of God to every moment is to prove that God is present even in the smallest of things. Nothing is great or small to the divine. Though we should be filled with wonder, we should never wonder if what we are doing is big or small, hard or easy, since with God, and we are always with God, there is no hard or easy, no big or small. The universe isn't limited unless we limit it. It is abundant, lavish, extravagant. It is overflowing. Let us get excited about the wonder of that. Henry Miller, who you don't hear quoted too often on Sunday mornings, said the aim of life is to live. And to live means to be aware. Joyously, drunkenly, serenely, divinely aware. It is to become, in Picasso's words, a receptacle for emotions that come from all over the place. From the sky, from the earth, from a scrap of paper, from a passing shape, from a spider's web, perhaps from a horoscope. To be so awake and aware that we take in the whole of creation, even in the most minute visions. Thomas Kincaid says, keep looking, dig deeper. Look to the events and situations around us for signs of wonder. When we can do that, when we can find the wonder around us, then I think mayhap we can echo the words of Francis Thompson in The Kingdom of God, in No Strange Land. O world invisible, we view thee. O world intangible, we touch thee. O world unknowable, we know thee. To believe that, to find that, is to see eternity in a grain of sand, to find breathtaking beauty in a butterfly or a bumblebee. Robert Browning called it to be stung by the splendor of God, to be a visionary of the transcendent wonder that abides in the everyday. It is a consummation devoutly to be wished, a practice devoutly to be tried. But should you feel like you personally are not worthy of wonder, or better yet, being a producer of wonder, if you feel like you have tried to spirit, but the line was busy or no longer in service, then I invite you to try again. Try again. Believing that there really is no separation between the infinite and the finite. No separation between spirit and your soul. And I think you will find that your belief will make all the difference. The presence is with you right now. It has always been with you. There is a story, you can find it if you wish, in the book of Zechariah. It says that in the 8th month of the 2nd year of Darius, which I don't know much about except that it was surely a very long time ago, the word of the Lord came to the prophet Zechariah, son of Berechiah and son of Iddo. The message was clear. The Lord was very angry with your ancestors. Therefore tell the people, this is what the Lord Almighty says. Here's the message. Return to me, declares the Lord Almighty, and I will return to you. Return to me. It is not as though God is not here. We perhaps are not always present. Will wonders never cease? I think not. They never have. Why should they now? To rediscover the wonder, to find the miraculous in the mundane, requires only, I believe, that we return our lives to the awareness of spirit, because that changes everything. To turn our minds to spirit, to seek out its presence in our lives, to expect wonder everywhere we look, is to touch our minds with magic and to touch our hearts once again with fire, and to make this our world once again filled with wonder. Will wonders never cease? Oh, I hope not. And may they abide and abound in your life today and every wonderful day. Yep. Yep, I think I'm glad I talked about wonder today. We'll keep peace for another day. And now I have to check and see what you guys have been running. Well, hello, Greg Morris. I love you too. Hugs and kisses. It's such fun when the kids check in. I love it. I love all of you. I love him special. I do. I've known him all his life. And most of mine. Oh. What a wonderful day. Are you prepared to just be in wonder all day? To let wonder surprise you? Who knows what that might look like? Who knows? But I can tell you this, it's never a bad thing. There is so much about life to get excited about. So much to open our eyes and delight our hearts and ignite our minds and let loose those creative ideas and projects and challenges. There's so much. But we have to be awake and aware. We have to be paying attention or we'll miss it. And you don't want to miss it. You really don't want to miss it. So another day I'll talk about peace. Maybe after the first of the year when we're really ready to settle in and be peaceful. I have a couple of things. December is still very much with us, as I'm sure you know. I haven't decided exactly when just yet, but I will have a children's story as the basis for at least one talk, because I have to, don't I? And I'm thinking when we get closer to Christmas, maybe. Then again, maybe Hanukkah. I want to do a candle lighting ceremony. So I'm going to have to ask you to keep a candle handy. Okay? Just, before you tune in, go grab a candle and have it handy. One that you can light. And what else was I thinking the other day? A candle and a children's story. Oh, I know. I'm curious. What is your favorite children's Christmas story? And if you're too old to remember, you're getting too old, go find a favorite children's Christmas story, because they're fabulous. They're fabulous. Jennifer says there's candles all over our house. Yeah, I know, mine's kind of like that too. It's like, you want me to get a candle? Okay, fine, I've got a candle. Now what do you want me to do? So keep a candle handy. I don't know exactly when that's going to happen. The 10th is Hanukkah. When is the 10th? That's next Thursday. Yeah, have a candle handy Wednesday. Then again, I may wait and do a candle lighting service on the 23rd. Oh, I don't know. What would you like? Let me know. I know, Cac. Maybe we'll do Murray again this year. Murray and lighting. Long time. Yeah, the poem The Night Before Christmas is that, when the kids were little, huh, Greg? We used to read the Night Before Christmas every year on Christmas Eve. Kind of miss doing that. Maybe we'll do that again too. It's a good year to bring out traditions and make us all feel more at home and connected, because it's been kind of a disconnected year in a lot of ways. Although Lainey's back home with her daddy and her family, that just makes me so happy. And I'm so happy that Dad is doing well. Yay. Good stuff. Prayer works. I just thought I'd mention that, in case any of you were wondering about it. Prayer works. And wonder is all around us. It shows up in the most remarkable and wonderful ways. Doesn't it, though? Well, what shall we now? Let's pray. Should we pray? Let's pray. Don't you think? That would be a nice thing to do. I think so. So, let's just take a moment and recognizing the power of prayer. Let us connect to it. Close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. If it's not, just soft focus. God doesn't care, incidentally. I'm glad I hadn't started yet. That would have sent us all flying someplace. It's the technical department being technical. Okay, so here we go. Soft focus or closed eyes, whichever works best for you. And a breath. It can be a deep breath if you want it to be. It can be a gentle breath. Do what feels right for you. And know with me that God is where you are right now. The whole of creation is right there with you. Taking a breath and awaiting your word. To set it into motion, to do miraculous and wonderful things. Too often we think I am not worthy, but it's not about worth. It's not about being worthy. There is nothing that you need to do or to have or to be but yourself. That is enough for creation. Romans 8:19, nature waits with eager longing for the children of God to be revealed. And then, oh, the wonder. Oh, the miraculous things that we might yet do. Oh, the glorious projects we might set into motion. The problems we might solve. The questions we might answer. The love we might give. The understanding we might achieve. Oh, the wonder of it all. And so, for just a while, let us put aside our unworthiness and simply recognize the presence and be open to the wonder. Let us begin with gratitude for those things that we have seen and do believe in. And then let us, just for a time perhaps, set aside our unbelief and be open to the powerful presence of creation. Right here, right now, let us simply speak our word for that which we would see in our lives and in our worlds. What will we heal today? Name it. What will we achieve today? Call it forth. What will we overcome today? Let it be overcome. What will we be today? I am what? Let us make this world new. Let us not get caught in our littleness, but simply be open to the wonder and the possibility that surrounds us. Let us allow the beauty and the miraculous inspire us to call forth even more beauty and miracles. It is a wonder-filled day. Let us be wise and wonderful in it. Let us be grateful for all that we have and all that we have yet to accept. Let us claim healing for those whose bodies are ready to respond and be healed. Let us claim peace for those whose minds are now ready to be at rest. And let us claim the miraculous. Just because. And let it be so. And so it is. Polar Express looks like a big fave. I could do Polar Express. I love Polar Express. Okay, we've got at least a couple of votes for Polar Express. One of my favorites. Maybe we'll do 2 this year. What do you think, technical department?
Oh, I think it's a great idea. I think you do a great Polar Express, and maybe Murray could catch the train.
Murray's busy. Murray's busy. We'll have to do Murray. We have to do Murray. Thank you, Heidi. Oh, love you guys. Love you guys. It's a beautiful Sunday and we're a few minutes early, but you know what the heck? Why not just go out there and be wonderful? You've got a great day ahead of you. I expect nothing but the miraculous. And please feel free to check back in when it's not Sunday at noon or Wednesday at 7 p.m. and let me know how your miracles are going. I love to hear about the changes you make in the world because you make a great change in mine. I love you all. Happy Sunday. See you Wednesday. Candles handy, and let me know if you have any other favorite children's Christmas stories, because there's a whole bunch of them. Polar Express. Yeah, I think Polar Express. Happy Sunday.